It was early morning, the kind of calm that makes you forget how unpredictable the road can be. The sky was still gray, and the air smelled of rain. Our bus left the terminal right on time, 20 passengers, most heading to the next city for work or family visits. I was sitting near the window, earphones in, watching the fog roll over the hills as the driver, a calm middle-aged man, hummed along to the radio. No one knew how that peaceful morning would turn into one we'd never forget. About an hour into the journey, the weather began to change. The drizzle turned into steady rain, and the road started to glisten. The bus moved slower now, winding through the sharp mountain turns. Some passengers were sleeping, some chatting softly, and a few kids were laughing in the back seats. It felt safe, until a sudden loud bang shook the bus. A tire had burst. The driver tried to control the steering, but the wet road offered no grip. The bus swerved violently, and in seconds, chaos filled the air, people shouting, luggage falling, the sound of brakes screaming against the road. I remember seeing the driver struggling, both hands gripping the wheel, fighting to keep the bus from tipping over. We hit the roadside barrier, a hard, jarring crash, and for a moment, it felt like the bus was floating before slamming back onto the asphalt. The impact threw everyone forward. Windows shattered, and glass flew everywhere. The bus finally stopped, leaning to one side, the engine hissing with smoke. Then, silence. Just the rain tapping on the roof and people groaning in pain. I unbuckled my seatbelt and looked around. Some were crying, some in shock, a few bleeding but conscious. The driver, though injured, immediately shouted for everyone to stay calm. A few of us helped open the emergency door, and we began pulling people out one by one. The smell of fuel filled the air, and fear set in that the bus might catch fire. Despite the rain, my hands were shaking as we carried a young boy with a hurt leg away from the wreck. Within minutes, a few passing trucks stopped to help. Drivers used their headlights to light the scene, and someone called the rescue team. It took nearly half an hour before ambulances and police arrived, but it felt like forever. Everyone was drenched, cold, and scared, yet thankful to be alive. By sunrise, the wrecked bus sat silently on the side of the road, its windows shattered and its frame bent. We all stood together, wrapped in blankets, watching it. The same bus that had carried us just an hour ago now looked like a grave reminder of how fragile life can be. The driver survived with a broken arm. Some passengers had minor injuries, a few serious but stable. No one lost their life that day, and that's something I still thank God for. It wasn't just a crash, it was a reminder. A reminder that no matter how careful we are, every journey depends on more than just the road, it depends on fate, timing, and a little bit of luck. If you liked the video, make sure to like, share and subscribe.
exit right.